So today is a shitty day, so I just decided to stay in the house, not do nothing. And I just decided, I said, let me try do a YouTube. I have never done a YouTube live. I was always wondering, and it's a story I'm gonna tell you because I'm a very funny stand-up comedian. I say that I'm very talented and very funny. And the thing is that I'm not with the club systems. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person because I really don't like the club system. You know what I mean? I seen some shit and heard some stories. It doesn't matter to me. I'm about the veterans, the military. You know what I mean? I'm one of them people. I go out of my way for a veteran, and I'll make them laugh. I actually one time in the VA hospital in Brooklyn, and I did a what do you call it? I was telling the joke in the room when they had four person room, but they only had three people in there, and two of them were awake, and one was in a coma, and one of those comas that they put you in under so that you sedate you. So I'm getting into my raw situation, and I'm ripping it, and I got those two guys laughing their asses off. I hear the guy that's in the coma laugh. So I said, man, I said, but I didn't say I heard him laugh. I says, did you hear him? I said, he farted. You know what I mean? I was like, he wasn't mad, but that's what touched me, and that's what I like. I'm one of them people. I'll show up at the VA hospital and I'll just start talking to people, and I love it. And the truth of the matter is that I want to be Bob Hope and Rated R, cursing like a drunken sailor. I always say I got the best, the best lineup for what I want. I always said that I want the all-star cast. I earned it. I deserve it. I am a veteran. I'm a proud veteran. You know what I mean? I'm proud of American. I love this country. I would die for this country over and over again. It doesn't matter how old I am. I still a lot of things that I could do for this country as a soldier. Even at my age. And I said that don't worry. There's like 20 million of us that, and I'm sure we could scrape up maybe 2 or 3 million that would like to get into this shit, because, I could drive a truck, I could do triage, I could tell jokes, and I can make people feel good. I mean, that's, to me, is my gift, and I always said that that's God's gift because me as a comedian and a person that I know that I was and is, I wouldn't do this. So it has to be a meaning of something that makes you want to do something like this. And when I go to church, I try to go to church every Sunday, and I'm there just for God. A lot of people look when I go to church in Malibu, and I sing in the choir. You know what I mean? I have a very nice voice. You know what I mean? The truth is that everybody loves me when I sing. When I start talking, everybody wants to start running away. So it's a win-win situation. That's the part of being a good, funny stand-up comedian. I wanted to be all my life. I was always funny. I was born funny. Okay, I read Steve Martin's book. Unfortunately, Steve Martin, his family is in real estate, probably still in real estate, probably in Beverly Hills somewhere. They probably got, the best. So he a lot of guys, the improvisation, and I got skills, you know what I mean? I could have been an actor, but the thing is that I ain't got the patience to be an actor, you know what I mean? To be an actor, it's over and over and over, and it'd be funny for me because the scene for me for doing it over and over, after a while I'm gonna start getting pissed and you're just gonna just not you're gonna see I'm gonna get angrier and angrier doing it. I don't give a shit how much money they pay. You know what I mean? That's another thing. I ain't in this for the money. I'm in it. I just, that's another thing. And my friends, I swear to God, when I used to work for the New York Daily News and as a chauffeur in the delivery department, and I used to, in 1983, 84, 85, I can make anywhere like between $700,000 a week, and today, trying if you want to be a stand-up comedian, I mean, you got to see what they go through. I mean, it's some of them are bad, some are starving, homeless. Hey, listen, I pray that this is the country that we're the greatest country in the world. There should be nobody homeless in this country. That's the truth, okay? Nobody, no veterans and nothing. You know what I mean? I had a situation with a guy on a train, and I'll tell you this story. This is a good one. One time I was going to an open mic in Manhattan, and in New York it was the summertime, and I only had to go 2 stops to transfer for another train. So what happens is a train comes in, and the car goes by. I see, there's a few, and one car is packed. Then all of a sudden, I see another car. It had nobody there, and there was the car that was coming up behind it. It was packed. So that means that car was empty, and I didn't know. When the door opened, I bolted to the door to get into the car, and when I got into the train, it's air conditioning. Okay. That's nice. The door closes behind me. Next thing I know, all of a sudden, like a fog came down. This smell that came. There was a guy. He was a homeless guy in the front of the train. I didn't see him when the car was going by, and that's why everybody was in different cars. They wouldn't even get in the car. I mean. It was unbelievable. I was gagging. The fucking smell was in my nose. It was in my throat. And I tried to get to the car, behind me. And them doors, they locked them doors, so I can't get in. Now, everybody that's in that car, they could see me. Here's where the improvisation and acting kicks in. I should have got a fucking Academy Award for what I was about to do. I turn around and I go I start making faces, and I start choking up. I start banging on the door. I start pulling. Then all of a sudden, I said, the hell with it. I know the other way, but now in the train, they got intercoms that you could go to the intercom and you could turn around and you could talk to the conductor and the motorman. So I pushed the intercom button, and all of a sudden I hear, yeah, can I help you? What's up? I said, listen, you need to get me out of this car. And then he turns around, he says to me, he goes, what car do you mean? He says, listen, guy, you know what car I mean. The one that got the only guy in there. I jumped in there, and now I can't take it. I am fucking gonna fucking start vomiting. I said, it's unfucking believable. And then I started going, and I said, listen, I'm ready to start kicking out fucking windows. And he turns around and he goes like this. I can hear them fucking laughing too. And he turns around and he goes, well, you do that, you'll be locked up for the destruction of fucking, city property. I said, listen, I don't give a shit what you fucking do to me. Get me the fuck out of this car. And, and the next thing I know, I'm looking up because the guy who's in the front that I'm talking about, he's laughing too. Okay, and that's and so I turn around and I just start going up there towards him to the front, because I know I got another car full of people that can give some to them too. So I turn around and I get in, I walk up, I fight my way through the smell to get to him, because he's wearing a fatigue jacket, and he's wearing the OD green fatigue jacket like I used to wear when I was a soldier. And usually if a person's wearing this color, they're a veteran. So I turn around and I go to him and I go, hey, guy, let me ask you a question. Are you a veteran? And he said yes. And I said, listen, guy, I'm serious. You need to get to 23rd Street in Manhattan, and you need to get some help. And, I said, I know I was making light of the situation, but I said, listen, guy, I said, this is not the first time I've smelt you. I said, I was in a train one time that you was gone, but you was there. And I said, I'm not making fun of you, but I'm going to tell you. I turned around and said, look, I'll give you $5. I gave him $5, and I said, 23rd Street, please, brother. I'm gonna pray for you and everything, and that's what I did, and then I didn't get out at the next stop, like I could have, and ran to the other car. I stayed with him one more stop, and I sucked it up, because he was a veteran, and I wouldn't lead him. And I started telling him, making him laugh, and I started telling him, yeah, I had we started talking about service. I said, yeah, I went to basic training, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Texas, Germany. I got to go to Paris, and that's veterans, when there's not, and like I said, that when I seen that, I was like, man, I could have been like that. I was, there was a time when, I guess those people, they just lose it and they don't care no more. Actually, I was like thinking that maybe that's his defense. I said maybe he's so down to where he knows nobody's going to go near him, even though he bank account and all that. Probably, I swore I thought he had something dead in that wagon. But I didn't do nothing, and I just let it go, and I just sucked it up. And I said, there, before the grace of God go I, you know what I mean? And that's it, and I hope that he got better, because he looked bad, And that's one thing I'm all about the veterans, and I can give a shit about the comedy clubs, I used to be bouncing the clubs in New York. I know how fucking clubs work. I used to wear with some. Hey, listen, I used to be a bouncer in the old Fun House in Manhattan. Madonna was going out with the DJ Jelly Bean. I used to hang out with Ali D. Fucking everybody knew Ali D. All right, Angelo, everybody at the old Fun House. All right, I'm saying this because I'm gonna tag Madonna on this one. All right, I want to, because, hey, listen. I'm a proud veteran in this country. I'm willing to do anything to help the veterans. And what I need is for everybody to help me get out there. I don't want nothing. I don't need nothing. I don't want no money. I ain't going to ask for no gift cards like Instagram is now. I call strippergram, because every time I go there, some girl, because I look like Bill Murray and Ron Jeremy, that's another thing. I love saying that, because I go like this. Hey, listen, I'm a stunt double for them. And I like, doing Ron Jeremy better, because you only got to do this situation, and that's it. So I love it, Bill Murray. That's the fact, Jack. Actually, the movie that he made, St. Vincent's. All right. The funny thing is, in Brooklyn. All right, he's a soldier, the whole 9 yards. And the thing is that the church that they go to, my brother got married in that church, and me, I had AA meetings in the basement of that church. So I'm like, this motherfucker in the army, stripes. All right, and there you go. That's the fact, Jack. I'm like, okay, I love it. It's between two celebrities. Who the fuck got it better than that? That's why a lot of people, like, when I go to the clubs, like, a lot of people say, what? Is that Ron Jeremy? No, because I'm almost a fucking foot taller than him. All right, he's like 5'5". I'm 6'2". Okay, so here you go. So, unfortunately, I had somebody that had the two of us. She turned around and said, well, he's bigger, but you're thicker. And I said, she said, that's better. And I said, okay, Big Poppy's blessed. So, that's it. I turn around and tell everybody, since I got circumcised by the black man, I said, and he cut himself. I said, we blood brothers. And I'm black from the waist down and white from the waist up. What are you going to tell? I lived a poor life when I was a kid. I have many funny stories. That's why I said the sadness in your life is what makes you hurt. And that's what makes you funny. And I say that, you got to go through pain. And and listen, I've been basically to the gates of heaven and fucking back and down to hell and living hell on earth. And I said, the devil don't even want me because he knows he ain't getting my fat ass to work. I got that what they call I call it lazyitis, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, I got the worst of it all. I got pompous lazyitis, So the thing is though, I love making people laugh, and hopefully some of you will enjoy this one. This is the first one, so this is just a test. But thank you very much, and Happy New Year, Happy Valentine's Day. St. Patrick's Day is coming. I get to celebrate them all because being half Puerto Rican, Irish, German, and Italian, and black. That's what I say. When I died and I came back black. Okay? God bless, guys. Thank you.